Our children's mission is to help incarcerated and formerly incarcerated women and their children successfully rejoin the community, reunify with their families, and build healthy, independent, and secure lives. Our Children provides compassionate and comprehensive services and encourages all to live and interact with dignity and respect.
I was born in Brooklyn, East New York, in Kings County Hospital, to my mother, a single parent who had bipolar disorder. You know, it was a rough childhood. My mother didn't have the tools to actually be a mom. At an early age, I realized that things just weren't quite right with my mom. I felt more at home out in the street than I did in my own house. And then when I was 19, that's when I got arrested for possession of a weapon, and I was sentenced to 3 years. I don't know why I was carrying a gun. That's what people were doing in East New York. I was about 2 months when I first got arrested, and like, well, I'm pregnant. What am I gonna do with this kid? But after speaking to the women, speaking to some of the officers, I realized that there was some hope for me and my baby. I was in labor for 24 hours, handcuffed to a bed. Even if I could have family with me, I had no one to call. You know, as soon as she came out, they put her on my breast. It's like you already felt all that love. Even though I never received it when I was like little, I knew, or I was so anxious to give her all of this love that I had in me for her. You know, I did all that I could do in prison to make me a better person. I was taking parenting, I was in college, got my GED. So I reached out to the nursery manager, and she told me about Our Children, and then Sister Tesa came. She spoke with me, she says, don't worry about it, it's gonna be fine. They really were concerned about keeping us together and letting her know that I was her mom. Michelle, she's 8. She's a phenomenal kid. I think she's gonna be a journalist or something. You know, I read to her, she reads to me, and it's, you know, we have a wonderful relationship.
I was born addicted to methadone. My mother was a drug addict. My father was a drug addict. I was born and raised around drug addicts. I went from taking like a couple of pills a day to taking probably about 60 pills a day, easy. I now was starting to be arrested. And it's kind of like you get arrested once and then you're getting arrested every other week. And I literally was getting arrested every other week. I got pregnant by a drug dealer. I was 7 months pregnant. I was still getting high. You know, it was almost like I didn't believe I was pregnant, or I didn't even know what the right answer was. I turned myself in on a warrant. I was pregnant, shackled, in a big orange jumpsuit. Then I was sentenced to 90 days on Rikers Island. And I wound up giving birth to my daughter while I was still incarcerated on Rikers Island. It was lonely, and the only people I had there were the COs that were watching me. It was just like, I knew at that moment that I owed this baby everything. Every bit of life in me, I owed to her. While I was on Rikers Island, I met an advocate from Our Children along with a mother from Our Children. It was, you know, the way she spoke about the program that made me say, okay, this might work. The woman had said to me, I'll see you as soon as you get to Our Children. And I was like, yeah, right, I'll probably never hear from these people again. You know, I guess I'm going back to Staten Island where I have nothing. I was literally going back to the projects, to the same apartment that I was getting high in and bringing my baby there. That was what I thought was gonna happen. And 2 days before my release date, here was the advocate like, oh, Sister Tesa got a room for you. And I was like, huh, you didn't forget about me? I walked through the doors and I knew that this was where I was meant to be. I knew for the first time, probably since my mom died, that I was gonna be okay.